and you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
It all comes down to this. After a tumultuous season, we have 4 drivers left to race it off tonight for the championship. No points. You just have to beat the 3 other guys on track to be crowned the ROWDY Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series champion. Tony Trapasso up at the booth with you for this season finale. Thank you so much for making us a part of your evening, as we are going to go straight to the point standings coming into tonight and show you who our 4 drivers are. You'll see them highlighted in yellow there. Marcus Adams, your defending series champion, looking to go back-to-back. Josh Carver, the rookie, looking to get his first championship. Jason Papp, the league admin, looking to get a championship in his own league. Joe Gautier, the Nevada driver, looking to steal one tonight, coming in as the underdog. Those are your 4 drivers who are going to be slugging it out tonight at Daytona. As practice is now done and dusted, it's time to go to qualifying. And why are you doing that to me? Awesome. Just when I don't need that to happen. Bear with me, folks. My overlay is having issues with me. So we are going to have to just bear with me. There we go. That should have fixed it. As we are waiting for some drivers to roll them, it looks like Joe Gautier, the contender for tonight, is going to be the first one to try to lay one down. Here you see him in that Monster Energy Chevy Camaro. On his outlap, running the real high line, and that's something you're going to see everybody doing on their outlap, is running as close to that wall as they can get to make this track as big as possible to try to get these cars wound up. It's like a rubber band. The further you can pull that rubber band back, the more energy it's going to have. Well, it takes about a lap and a half to get these cars up to speed. As we are in the Xfinity car tonight, so look for bump drafting to be rather effective, though it can get a little sketchy from time to time. Gautier out on track, Shane Posey out on track, Ed DeBoer, John Christian, Ryan Decker, Jimmy Green, Nick Wing, and Josh Carver, and Frank Marchese making his return to the league tonight. As you can see that Gautier just a couple tire widths off of that mustard line. Nice and tidy line for the 67 as he's hustling it right now. Went purple in the first sector. Going to lay the benchmark time down at 50.61 and immediately gets bumped by Ed DeBoer. Jimmy Green, Shane Posey, Jimmy Green going third quick so far. As we are going to check in with one of my normal broadcast partners, Mr. Frank Marchese. There you see him in the... Wow, what a throwback scheme. I haven't seen that on... I haven't seen Lycos.com on a car in forever. That's nice. I'm digging that. I am actually digging that. Ryan Decker jumping up the fourth quick. Josh Carver, Nick Wing, and Shane Posey all out on track right now. Posey getting ready to set his... Posey goes to the top. Wow, Nick Wing jumping in second quick. There you see Wing in the Great Clips 90. Josh Carver, another one of your contenders tonight, finishing his lap, gonna go second quick. That time Posey laid down was a blistering one, 50.57, tied by Josh Carver. Carver got him by about 2 1,000ths of a second. Posey got Carver by 2 1,000ths of a second. Brian Chu out on track in the Interstate Batteries number 18. Beautiful looking Toyota Supra tonight. Do want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat. If you haven't done so already, let us know who you're pulling for in the live chat. We'll try to highlight your favorite driver throughout the night. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm with sharing this video around. The more thumbs up the video gets, the more likely it is to show up on someone's homepage when they log into their YouTube. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, as we are just less than, we are 40 subscribers away from hitting the magical 2,500 subscriber mark. Thank you all so much for helping out with that. As Chu bringing it down the super stretch on his one flyer. Marcus Adams starting to roll it now as well. We're going to stay with Chu for right now. Let me check to see how much time we got left. Looks like Chu might get his lap in. Marcus Adams, unfortunately, not going to get his lap in. As Chu bringing it through the tri-oval now. And, Chu got robbed. Well then, as we go to our grid, Shane Posey setting quick time with a 50.565, 3 1,000ths to the good over Josh Carver. Nicholas Wang going to start in row number 2 with his Dudes Racing teammate Frank Marchese. Ed DeBoer and Joe Gautier rolling off in row number 3. Row 4 sees Jimmy Green and Ryan Decker. Marcus Adams and Chris Worrell going to start it in row number 5. Michael Anthony and James Lowe make up row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Brandon Wilson and Brian Chu. Adam McKinney and Brian Tarnowski rolling off in row number 8. Row 9 sees Jason Papp and Brad Mashburn, and starting shotgun on the field in the 36, John Christian. 19 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. As we are just waiting for the grid to come up. And we see the field starting to form up behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. We're going to bring up the points coming into tonight. So, again, drivers in blue and it helps if I bring up the right points. There we go. The drivers in blue are the ones that will be racing for the championship tonight. So Marcus Adams in the 31, Josh Carver in the 33, Jason Papp in the Ace, and Joe Gautier in the 67. And as they're sitting on pit road, Gautier has the advantage. He is starting towards the front, so it's not quite as big of a swing as Marcus Adams is going to roll off in 9th. Josh Carver actually with the advantages. He's starting outside row number 1. And Jason Papp starting deep in the field as he always does. There goes the field starting to roll him now for the lone pace lap. Posey going to have command of this one. There you see Posey up on the point in that Mountain Dew number 83. Coming down the super stretch, as we are going to make sure we've got the laps in place here. 100 laps of scheduled distance here tonight. As the field working its way through the 3-4 complex, Adams dropping down to drop to the tail end. A little bit of strategy already being played as the field comes out at turn number 4. Pace truck getting ready to make that hard left turn onto pit road. The only thing he's left to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the sunscreen because it's time to get it on to Daytona Beach. Race fans, it's show time. out at the front of this piece. Gautier, Wing, Carver, DeBoer, and Green, your top 5 as they currently sit. Nick Wing shoving the daylights out of Shane Posey right now at the front of this piece. They are still running side by side. That's Jason Palp on the low side, Michael Anthony on the top side. Anthony has Marchese in tow. Gautier working with Pap right now on the low side. And if what we saw last week is any indication of what we're going to see, expect fireworks all night long. Anthony getting a shove to get past the 23 of Jimmy Green. Green on the low side as Posey and Wing just going after it at the front of this piece. Josh Carver right there as well, being mindful as Anthony now with a good head of steam on the top side. Posey jumps up to pick up the 8. And they're 3 wide through the tri-oval. Nick Wing now in control at the front. That's going to do nothing but help the 3 of Josh Carver. Posey unfortunately caught in the sucker hole in the middle. Does have a clear to get down as they came through turn 2. That hole has now closed as Adam McKinney is there. Ryan Decker making a charge as well. See Decker in the white car with the 3 on the door as he's now going up to push Posey. Nick Wing leads the way on the low side. There is Wing. That is Josh Carver, who's leading the championship right now behind him. Wing, Carver, DeBoer, Green, Posey, McKinney, Decker, Pap, Anthony, and Gautier. Your top 10 as they currently sit. Everybody still clustered right up there. Brian Tarnowski electing not to take the green tonight. So 18 cars out on track right now, all of them at full song and on the lead lap. Decker goes to the inside of Posey. Coming through 3 and 4. Drafton's getting a little bit sketchy there. Finally gets that car sorted out. Josh Carver leading a lap. He's got his teammate Ed DeBoer right behind him. They're trying to make something happen right now. Carver knows he's got to beat those 3 other drivers to get the championship. Right now, he is doing what he needs to do. Next highest runner is going to be the one of Jason Papp. As you see him there on the low side, right behind the Toyota 13 and right in front of Joe Gautier, the 67. Here comes the 23 of Green to the top side. Decker trying to figure out where he's got to go because you know he's not a happy camper trying to follow that 23 right now as Nick Wing peeks up to get a little bit of clean air to the radiator of the Great Clips 90. Single file for the top 4, then side by side from Ryan Decker and Adam McKinney on back. .190 miles an hour hauling it off into turn number 3, door to door. We are on board with Decker right now as he's got Posey and Lowe in tow. Josh Carver continues to show the way in the ace. There's the 33. So Kalen Groves pulling for Ryan Decker, who's leading the top line right now, is getting a good shove from Shane Posey. Miss Vicky, of course, pulling for her boy in the 1. That is Jason Tapp. Greg Marconi checking in. Congratulating all the drivers in the top 4. And had Greg not already had a vacation planned with his family, I can guarantee you Greg would have been in the top 4. Hell of a driver, Greg. You're a hell of a driver. As business starting to pick up towards the front of this piece, as Carver now has to deal with Decker on the top side. Posey right there as well. James Lowe right there. And then you got Brian Chu on the top side. So a 4-car tango towards the front of this piece. Posey pushing on Decker right now on the top side as Carver and Carver and DeBoer on the low side. Just running stem to stern. Posey trying to get some clean air to the radiator of his Toyota. Working lap 10 of 100. Again, thank you everybody for joining in tonight as you are watching the season finale of the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. We have to thank our very good friends at Circle B Diecast for all your diecast needs. And, with graduations going on right now and everything that's going on in the world, what better way to say I love you to your favorite racer than give them a diecast of the car they race in sim. And if you want some custom graphics for that car, you need to go to Midwest Motor Customs. Greg Marconi, sorry, put an R in there. I apologize, Greg. But Greg Marconi doing some of the most of the paintings in the field tonight. Also, our good friends at Buttkicker, at iRacing iFlags. And you don't just need to be a gamer to have a Buttkicker. So many great movies out there. The Mission Impossible series of movies. A Buttkicker will enhance that experience. You can put a Buttkicker on your couch. You can put it on your favorite armchair. And it really enhances because you'll feel all of the bass coming from whatever scene you're watching. But our good friends at Buttkicker, and of course our good friends at ROWDY Energy, Circle B Diecast and ROWDY Energy, proud sponsors of this series. They have been partners with this series for many years now, and we are proud to have them aboard. Right now, though, Shane Posey getting a good shove on the top side. James Lowe working with him. Brian Chu, as they both drop down and hang Chu out to dry. Posey and Lowe now show the way as Joe Gautier making some headway on the top side as he is pushing Brian Chu right now to try to make some headway. Ryan Decker on the low side as they come through the tri-oval. Great shot on the roll cage of Decker's car. Mike Anthony looking to get some clean air to the radiator of his Supra. So Posey, Lowe, Carver, Decker, DeBoer, Anthony, Wing, Chu, Green, and Gautier running out your top 10 right now. Everybody just riding to see what they've got, seeing who they can work with, who they want to work with, etc. Posey getting sent. What happened with Posey? That was when he got sent. So let's go back. Here they are coming through the tri-oval. Decker goes down into Posey. Posey gets sent through the grass, through the pit, blasts the pace car. Not the night Shane Posey was hoping for. As we are now back live, Posey smoking badly right now. Apparently he got into the oil cooler when he went through the pits and blasted the pit wall. Decker now shows the way on the low side. Michael Anthony leading the top line charge as he's got Brian Chu, Nick Wing, and the 13 of Adam McKinney up there with them. Decker, Lowe, Carver, and the 24 DeBoer leading the low side right now. Checking in with the rest of our, as Carver goes to the top lane. Carver looking to get the lead back from Decker. Going to check in with the rest of our contenders. As there's Joe Gautier back in 11th. Jason Papp right behind him in 13th. Marcus Adams back there in the blue Balls Carana car as he's got Frank Marchese back with him. Right now, though, Decker and Carver slugging it out for the lead of this piece. 16 laps in, as we are less than 10 laps away from green flag pit stops. Decker and Lowe command the low side. Carver and DeBoer running the top side. 3 wide is not really the best idea here at Daytona. You can do it for short amounts of time. Unlike we saw at Talladega last week, where you can get away with it just about every lap. Not something you want to do here at Daytona. Mary Wise, thank you for checking in as she's pulling for the 99 of James Lowe. Lowe and Decker both looking to play spoiler here tonight, as is Michael Anthony. All 3 of those cars running for dudes with big balls tonight. As the field's starting to get a little bit single filed out, that's usually the tattletale that they're getting ready for green flag pit stops within the next handful of laps. Currently working lap 18 of 100 here at Daytona. Looks like John Christian may have gotten into the wall as he's hemorrhaging time right now. Only a handful of cars trapped on that top lane. Brian Nick and Michael Anthony all up there, as is Frank Marchese and Marcus Adams. The cavalry's coming. Decker continues to show the way. Let's go on board with James Lowe so we can see exactly what he is seeing. And you want to be mindful of those 2 temperature gauges on the far left of the screen. One is oil temperature, the other is water temperature. If those get north of 230, you're in trouble. Right now, though, everybody able to keep the engines kind of cool. Relatively cool conditions tonight. And as we're going to bring up the weather, almost no wind to speak of. 75-degree ambient air temperature, 75-degree track temperature as the sun continues to set. Just a little after 8 p.m. in sim time, as you see the lights have come on around this piece. Again, need to thank our good friends at Circle B Diecast and our good friends at Rowdy Energy for sponsoring the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. Also, our good friends at Midwest Motor Customs for all your in-sim painting needs. Greg McConey is the man to see. Also, our good friends at iRacing iFlags. It's one of the best peripherals available, as it's a grouping of LED lights that will shine with the color of the flag currently on the track. If you're in a blue flag situation, it'll light up blue. If you're in a caution situation, it'll light up yellow. It'll show you a checker flag. It'll show you a white flag. It'll show you the green flag. So, one of the best peripherals on the market. And of course, I can't speak enough about Buttkicker. I actually have one on my wheelchair. So, go with that thought. As we go back to live cams now. Decker continuing to show the way as we are 22 laps into this piece. This is what Josh Carver is seeing out the front of his car. Decker, Lowe, Chu, Carver, Wing, DeBoer, Worrell, Gautier, and Anthony rounding out your top 10 as they currently sit. .22 laps now in the books. As Brian Bernowski is now out on track. About 11 laps down right now. Goes to the high side to get up out of the way. As they work by the 28, who unfortunately missed the start of the race. Given a hole for Tarnowski to get down. That's Frank Marquez right behind him. Brian Chu leading the top side right now as we are working lap 24 of 100. Almost a quarter of the way through this piece. We are going to step away, pay a couple bills. We're going to go side by side so you're not going to miss a single moment of action with green flag pit stops coming.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing it's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Well, oh, the wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Well, oh, the wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series. And we are back at Daytona for the Rowdy Energy Diecast Superspeedway Series finale. Currently, Ryan Decker showing the way, working lap 30 of 100. 75% fuel fill in these cars. And these guys are getting great mileage tonight. As everybody is starting to get single filed out now, and that is the tattletale. Everybody single filed on the lead lap. Brad Mashburn and Brian Tarnowski, the only two cars not currently being shown on the lead lap, as Shane Posey has been in pit road to try to get that engine fixed for the last 10 minutes. So, Posey, the only one currently not out on track right now. 18 cars still running, 16 of them on the lead lap. Brian Decker showing the way right now. Seeing James Lowe at the front of this piece. Currently leading the battle, though, in the championship is Josh Carver, the man out of Princeton, by God, West Virginia. Currently sits in third, just doing what he needs to do to try to bring that championship home to West Virginia tonight. Surprised he's not running his Mountaineers car, as here we go. Green flag pit stops taking place. Gautier, Papp, Wilson, Worrell, Anthony, Marchese, and Adams all electing to stay out. Everybody else coming down pit road. We're going to keep an eye on our leader right now, as that is now Joe Gautier, as he's got Jason Papp right there behind him. Papp up 15 from where he started, currently sitting in second place, with a lot of friendly fire behind him. Marcus Adams is the caboose in that freight train. So 3 of your current championship contenders still out on track, not going down on the first series. Nick Wing does win that battle off pit road, as here comes everybody except Tarnowski. Everybody trying to get him locked down. Chris Worrell. Oh, Frank Marchese, hang on to her. Marchese almost got it wrong coming onto pit road. As we are going to check in, there is Jason Papp. And there is Joe Gautier, both on pit road right now. Everybody 4 in fuel, down and away. Worrell winning that battle off pit road. Let's take a look where there are your leaders, Worrell and Wing and Lowe, with Brian Chu with them. Marchese popped for unsafe pit entry. Same thing with John Christian in the 36. So right now, Chris Worrell 2 seconds to the good. Might have too big of a lead. There go Wing and Lowe around Joe Gautier. Gautier currently leading the championship standings. Brian Chu drops down to pick up Gautier. There's Marchese coming out of the pits, getting out of the way of the guys that are already up to speed. Wing currently leading this piece. Wing, Low, Worrell, Chu, Gautier, Pap, Adams, Wilson, Carver, Green, McKinney. Your top runners right now, Michael Anthony, Ryan Decker, and Ed DeBoer rounding out your lead lap cars. Here. Psst. As James Lowe is showing the way now. It is an all dudes with big balls front pack, with the exception of the 67 of Joe Gautier, who is running for Jawbone Motorsports. Jason Papp currently leads the championship standings, as Gautier is now the caboose in that little freight train. Marcus Adams currently sitting in sixth, second place in the championship. So we are going to go on board. This is what Jason Papp is seeing right now. James Lowe in the 99, showing the way currently, has friendly fire right behind him. As a matter of fact, everybody in this lead pack right now, with the exception of Joe Gautier, all running tonight for Dudes with Big Balls. Gautier representing Jawbone Motorsports. Kind of a friendly rivalry going on at the front of this piece right now. In case you're wondering what happened to Josh Carver, he is 9 seconds to the arrears of this lead pack. 9.5 seconds, actually. As he's getting help with Jimmy Green, Adam McKinney, and And you got 14 seconds back to Michael Anthony, Ryan Decker, and Ed DeBoer. Brian Chu looking to make something happen with Marcus Adams on the top side. Adams, the lone Ford in a sea of Toyotas and Chevys around him. As now Adams, with the nose out in front of Pap, leads the championship on the top side. You see Pap there on the low side, Adams on the top side as they go door to door, coming through 3 and 4. Lowe and Chu now pull alongside each other, coming through the tri-oval. You see Chu on the top side, Lowe on the low side. We are on board with Jason Papp. Everybody minding their P's and Q's right now. We're going to check back with the only championship contender not in this lead pack. This field coming up very quickly on Ed DeBoer. DeBoer about to go a lap down. So we are now checking in. There is Josh Carver working their way around the 07 of Brad Maxford. Frank Marchese, the caboose in that little freight train. Marchese in the free pass position. Should a caution come out. You're just picking them up and laying them down as we are fast approaching the halfway mark. Currently working lap 43 of 100 here from Daytona. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat tonight. Let us know who you're pulling for. We'll try to highlight your favorite driver throughout the evening. Series rookie Brian Chu leading the top line with Marcus Adams in tow right now, as Adams does have about a car length to the good over Jason Papp. Joe Gautier right behind Adams. So there's 3 of your 4 championship contenders right there in a cluster. Brian Chu leads the top side. James Lowe leads the low side. And Adams starting to get some connection issues. That's no bueno. These guys are picking them up and laying them down. We're expecting this to be a 3-stop race tonight as they're getting about 30 to 32 laps on a set of tires and tank of fuel. Currently about 15 laps into this current fuel run. We're on board with James Lowe. You see Marcus Adams now the caboose in that freight train as he and Brian Chu dropped back a little bit. 10.5 seconds is the gap from Marcus Adams in the 31 back to the 33 of Josh Carver. You see the lead pack was going through the tri-oval, and here comes the peloton trying to chase him down, just coming through the tri-oval now. Jason Papp currently leads the points the championship, sitting in third on track. Lowe, Worrell, Papp, Wilson, Wang, Gauthier, Chu, and Adams, your lead grouping right now. Then you're 11 seconds back to Josh Carver, Jimmy Green, Adam McKinney, Ryan Decker. Sorry, you're 11 seconds back to Josh Carver.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, boy. Something happened with John Christian in the 36. Let's back that up just a little bit. Oh, he got sent. It was Decker that sent the 36 around. And we are under our first caution of the night. 36 looks like he was trying to drop down to the 36 looked like he tried to drop down in front of Decker to throw the block. Unfortunately, Decker had a head of steam. So that brings us under our first caution, just about at the halfway mark. We are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be right back.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, the rocket! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the West Coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series. And we are back, getting a restart with 50 laps to go. Joe Gautier using some pit strategery.
Green, green, green.
To take over the lead. Looks like a 2-tire stop for Gautier. Everybody else 4 in fuel. A couple drivers trying to get some damage fixed. Marcus Adams took fuel only. Chris Worrell took fuel only. As that is Pap leading the top side, getting a good shove from James Lowe right now. Nick Wing not up on Joe Gautier like he could be, as now Pap does have the clear, as all 3 of those Dudes with Big Balls drivers drop down. Pap, Lowe, and Chu all running with the same team. Pap in the lead of the race, looking to win the battle and win the war. Currently working lap 52 of 100 now. 13, Adam McKinney jumping to the top side, trying to make something happen on his lonesome. Nobody going with him. We are on board with Jason Papp right now. The Palm Bay, Florida native, coming down the super stretch here at Daytona. Pap, Lowe, Chu, Gautier, Wing, and Wilson. Your top runners right now. When you got Adam McKinney in the 13, Josh Carver in the 33. Carver right now sitting 3rd in the championship. Pap leads the way. Gautier in 4th, 2nd in the championship right now. Shane Posey, the only retirement to speak of right now, going to be relegated to 19th. Cars on the lead lap. Michael Anthony in the 8, being scored as the last one as such. Frank Marchese right now in 15th, currently your free pass position. Jason Papp continuing to log laps here at Daytona. Decker and Worrell trying to make something happen on the top side right now. And that is your battle in the mid-pack. Decker and Carver getting a little bit close for comfort coming off of 4. only one not on track right now. Currently being scored in 17th, but losing ground very quickly to the 28 of Brian Tarnowski. Tarnowski missed the start. Currently sits 11 laps down. Make that 12 laps down. Jason Papp, though, continuing to show the way at the front of his group. Low right there, trying to help the boss man out. Nick Wing now sits on the top side of Chris Worrell as they try to make something happen. There's the 07 of Brad Mashburn getting up and out of the way. Good on you, sir. Now Wing with a good head of steam on the top side. Chris Worrell pushing the daylights out of him. Papp still on the low side with Wing, or with Low. Wing on the top side with Worrell. Adam McKinney in the 13 getting a little bit antsy right now on that top lane. He's got Decker right behind him, Brian Tarnowski up there as well. Everybody playing nice right now. I can guarantee you in about 40 laps, the kid gloves are coming off. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. It's coming up the rest of this weekend. We still have racing. Holiday and all. The ISNF Cup Series season finale at Homestead. It's a 5:50 Eastern Time start for that one on Sunday, the 3rd. And then the nightcap for that night will be Sunday Night NASCAR as they go to Road America. There's a 2:20 Eastern Time start on that one. And then Monday the 4th, the season opener for season 12 with ClaytonRacing.net at Chicagoland. 8:20 Eastern Time start for that one. So still a lot of racing left to do here this week. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Saturday evening, we will have the premiere of the Sim Racing Media Super Late Model AI Series as they go to round number 7 at Langley Speedway in Virginia. And Frank Marchese and I were tatling that race. We were both giddy. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Just know that it's something special took place in that race that neither one of us in the booth were expecting, but we were giddy as schoolgirls to see what popped off. So you're going to want to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time start for the Sim Racing Media Super Late Model AI Series. Nick Wing with a nose out front at the front of this piece. He's got Chris Worrell with him on the top side, along with Ed McKinney and Brian Tarnowski. The low side being led by the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here in the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. That is the one of Jason Papp, currently leading the championship. And if you were around for last season's championship finale, you know it's not over till the final lap. Nick Wing now showing the way on the low side. Jason Papp down there with him. Chris Worrell currently fending off the 13 of Adam McKinney. Brian Tarnowski getting a little squirrely coming through the trial, almost gets into the wall. Tarnowski is 12 laps down, but does have pace. It would have been amazing to see what Tarnowski could have done here tonight had he made the start. Currently in your free pass position is my normal broadcast partner. There's the Lyco 17 of Frank Marchese. He's back there with defending series champion Marcus Adams. Both those guys just trying to keep those cars clean. It's not quite go time yet, as we are inside 40 to go. Chris Worrell leading the top line charge right now as they work their way through 1 and 2. Down the super stretch they come. Drag race between Worrell and Wing. Both of them getting good bump drafts. Wing getting shoved. Worrell now drops down in front of Wing. He's going to stack the 13 up behind him. Worrell, Wing, Papp, Low, your top four, all on the low side. The 13 of Adam McKinney on the top side, leading that charge. As he has the 28 of Brian Tarnowski, the 67 of Joe Gautier, and the 8 of Michael Anthony with him. Worrell leading that low side. Top lane not as organized as it could be. Again, your championship update. Jason Papp currently leading the championship, sitting in third place on track. Wing, Papp, Low, McKinney, Chu, Decker, Wilson, and DeBoer. Your top 10 as they currently sit. Field's starting to get pretty single filed out. You know what that means. Still about 10 laps away from when we should be seeing green flag pit stops, though. Everybody was last down on lap 49. As Worrell continues to go away, Nick Wing up there with him. There were some rivalries going on between those two early in the season. but they have since kissed and made up, and just when I say that. Now working together here. Oh, baby. 13 and McKinney almost gets into James Lowe. That is not going to make the 99 very happy. Looks like no harm, no foul. Definitely an eye-opener for everybody around him, though. Nick Wing starting to overheat a little bit. So Worrell jumps up to the second lane to give the clean air to the 90. Josh Carver currently mired back in 12th. Joe Gauthier running side by side with Michael Anthony. There you see Gauthier 67 on the low side. Currently second in the championship. Carver sitting in third in the championship, back in 12th. Defending series champion Marcus Adams back in 14th. This is very similar to what happened with Adams last season in the championship. Last lap melee changed things completely. And we expect to see more of the same here tonight, especially after the fireworks that took place after the last couple of rounds. Worrell back in the command of this one. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining us right now. Oh, come on, Craig. Where's your sense of adventure? Of course you want to remember the last season championship. You finished that race. One of only a handful of drivers that did finish that race. Top line starting to make some headway. Adam McKinney on the top side with Brian Tarnowski. Not having the numbers right now. Unfortunately, they're probably going to continue to get shuffled back here. Jason Papp currently leading the championship standings in what they generally refer to as the rocking chair, where you've got friends all around you to keep you safe. Worrell and Wing in front of him. Lowe and Chu behind him. Papp is in the safest hands he could be in right now, as all five of those drivers in the same team speak. Closing in on 25 to go, almost to the point where you can make it from here safely. We have not seen the money stop yet, as nobody can make it currently with what they have on track. Everybody's going to have to come down pit road at least one more time. Worrell and Wing continuing to show the way. You're not going to want to miss a moment of action coming up here, folks, as we are closing in on 25 to go. This is where it gets good. All four of your championship contenders still in the pack, still on the lead lap, and still within striking distance of each other. A little bit of a breakaway starting to form at the front of this piece as the gap starts to widen between Joe Gautier in 7th and Michael Anthony in 8th. You see Anthony leading the peloton right now as he's got Decker in tow. Josh Carver in that second group, right behind his teammate Ed DeBoer in the 24. As there we see Carver in the 33. Marcus Adams losing the freight train. As we currently have 15 of the top 15 all running in the same pack. 14 of them are on the lead lap. The only one or more laps down is going to be the 17 of Frank Marchese. 25 laps to go. It'll be 24 at the line as they work their way around Brian Tarnowski, who is way off cycle on pit strategies. And no drafting help to speak of. As is the league rule, Tarnowski a lap car getting up and out of the way of the pack. So we don't have a Kevin LePage situation. Worrell, Wing, Pap, Lowe, Chu, McKinney, Gautier, Anthony, Decker, and Wilson, your top 10 as they currently sit. It'll be 23 laps to go this time by, and here comes the pack. A lot of smoke flying, everybody getting it woed down to the pit road speed limit. We'll keep an eye on that to see if we have anybody getting popped. So far, so good. And there is your race leader, Adam McKinney in the 13. He's got Joe Gautier with him. McKinney, Gautier, DeBoer, Carver, and Green all electing to stay out, as did Brian Tarnowski, who was just coming out of the pits after a couple laps. Nick Wing going to win the battle off pit road as he and James Lowe took 2 only. Chris Worrell, the first one to take 4. Jason Papp, Michael Anthony, Brian Chu, Marcus Adams, Brandon Wilson, and Ryan Decker all coming out together. Gautier into the wall. Let's back that up a little bit. You see him just too much rear brake bias and bang into the end of the pit wall. Well, that is going to definitely put a damper on Joe Gautier's night. It's a heavily damaged front end of that Camaro. So there goes Carver, Green, DeBoer, and McKinney coming out of the pits. So here come Wing and Lowe. These guys with a good head of steam right now. Carver was doing what he had to do, 2 in fuel. Jimmy Green going with him on that pit strategy. See Brad Mashburn about to go another lap down. As there goes Wing and Lowe on the top side. Just flashing past Carver and Green and DeBoer. Doesn't look like anybody got popped for a speeding violation. Nashburn getting up and out of the way as Nick Wing and James Lowe flash by him. There's Carver and company. Chris Worrell with them. Jason Papp with Michael Anthony. Brian Chu with Marcus Adams. The only one that got hung out to dry is the 67 of Gautier. He did have to spend an extra couple of minutes on pit road, or an extra couple of seconds anyways, getting some damage fixed on the 67. 20 to go. Nick Wing showing the way. Carver up there with him. Carver currently leads the points championship as they sit. There we see Carver in the 33. Second car in the freight train. Goes to the top side, and DeBoer goes with him. Sorry, Green goes with him. DeBoer now behind Lowe. Carver back to the point. Green pushes both of them clear of James Lowe. So Carver, Green, Lowe, DeBoer, Worrell, Wing, Papp, Anthony, Chu, and Adams rounding out your top 10. Joe Gautier being scored as the last car on the lead lap. Meyer back in 14th after tagging the wall on the money stop. $19 to go, and just like that, we are racing again. As throw a blanket over your top 11. Laps to go. Josh Carver looking to win the battle and win the war. I said, it's Carver on the low side with Jimmy Green and Ed DeBoer in tow. James Lowe looking to steal one here tonight as he has two of his Valscarana teammates. That is Chris Worrell and Michael Anthony in tow. Nick Wing up on the top side as well. It is an all Toyota top lane right now. Lowe drops down to hand the lead of the top lane over to Chris Worrell. Lowe right in front of Josh Carver. Trying to stack up the 33 just a little bit. Drag race to the stripe. Give it to Lowe by half a fender. 16 laps to go. The aggression level is about to get ramped up to 20 on a scale of 1 to 10. Final pit stops done and dusted. You can make it from here. Lowe now battles back on the low side. Worrell leading the top line charge. Still an all Toyota top lane. As you got Worrell, Anthony, Wing, McKinney, and Chu all on the top side. And the cavalry is coming. Marcus Adams starting to make some moves. Right now, though, they're going to have to make it happen quickly because they're starting to run out of time as Josh Carver currently sits second in the low line as Worrell drops down to hand the lead of the top lane over to Michael Anthony. But Josh Carver leading the championship right now, sitting third car in the line on the bottom side. As Jason Papp as the caboose on the bottom lane. Currently being scored in 10th. Wing pushing on Anthony on the top side. Low pushing on Worrell on the bottom side. Worrell, Anthony, Low, Wing, Carver, McKinney, Green, Chu, DeBoer, and Adams and Papp go side by side. 13 to go. See Adams working the top side, Papp stuck on the low side. Adams getting a good toe down the super stretch, looking to make it 3 wide, thinks better of it. Drops down the side draft off of Ed DeBoer in the 24. Carver, though, continuing to show the way in the championship standing. Worrell, though, leads the race. James Lowe in tow. Michael Anthony leading the top side. $12 laps to go. Worrell continuing to show the way on the low side. Low on the low side as well. Currently sitting in second. Michael Anthony getting a good shove from Nick Wing down the back straightaway. Going to pull alongside of Low going into one. Anthony now with the nose out front. Worrell, though, continues to show the way overall. Championship implications is Carver currently sitting in fourth. He has a couple of cars separation between himself and Jason Papp as the 13 shoots the gap. And then looks like a drunkard coming home on the highway after a night at the bar coming through turn 2. That had to be terrifying for everyone around him. Worrell, Low, Carver, Green, Wing, DeBoer, McKinney, Adams, Papp, Anthony, and Chu. Joe Gauthier is 31 seconds to the arrears of this lead lap, and we've got 10 laps to go. Don't think for a moment that we're done seeing fireworks here tonight. McKinney gets shuffled out on the top side. It's now Wing and Adams with a good head of steam on that top lane. Adams looking to go back to back as now he pulls alongside of Carver. Adams on the top side, Carver on the low side. Adams now leads the championship. Second car in line on the top side with a lot of friends behind him. Jason Papp jumping up to the top side as well. Carver stuck on the low lane behind Lowe and Worrell. Carver trying to shove the daylights out of low. As Chris Worrell continues to show the way. Nick Wing leading that top line, though. He's got Marcus Adams in tow. 8 laps to go. Adams currently leads the championship from the top side in the second position. Now Wing to the point. Adams up there as well. Adams and Wing both drop down in front of Worrell. Adams now leads the championship as they work by the lap car that is Brian Tarnowski. Adams goes to the top side. Michael Anthony with a good charge. Gonna give him a shove. Adams now with the nose out front. Adams leads the race and leads the championship as he drops down now in front of Nick Wing. Anthony, Chu, and Pap with Frank Marchese, the lap car, on the top lane. Carver dropping back right now, trying to figure out what he's got to do to get a run on these guys in front of him. Marcus Adams shows the way as we are 7 to go. We are on board with the defending series champion. You can see just how rock steady he was holding that steering wheel as now Nick Wing jumps up to the second lane. Pap and Marchese making a third lane. Chu's around, Pap's around. Three-wide situation. Chu gets turned by Carver. Pap gets into it. Oy. There's Michael Anthony who caught a piece of that one as well. Just a domino effect. There we go. That's the camera I wanted. Sorry about that, folks. You see the 33 just turns the 18. Frank Marchese catching a race car to the teeth. Let's watch that one more time here. .33 of Carver just turned Brian Chu. So, we're going to see some takers go down pit road. As a lot of these guys have some pieces and parts missing. You see Frank Marchese back there missing the nose on the 17. After catching a race car to the teeth. And it looks like we might go into overtime here, folks. As we're currently showing 4 to go. Pit road just opened. Nick Wing, Marcus Adams, Jason Papp, James Lowe, Adam McKinney, and Brandon Wilson all electing to stay out. Ed DeBoer, Gautier, Green, Decker, Worrell, Anthony, Chu, all having to go down pit road. Carver winning the battle off pit road. Doing a little bit of damage repair on the 33. You can see just a little bit of a crinkle in the front end of that car. So this is going to get good, as we are going to be going into overtime. Let's see what the lights on the pace truck do. Lights out. We are going back with 3 to go. Green, white, checker finish. Nick Wing controls the field. Marcus Adams going to be restarting on the top side. Jason Papp and James Lowe there as well. 13 and McKinney going to be restarting behind Papp with, it looks like the 33. Yes, it is. Josh Carver going to be restarting 4th car on the bottom lane. Ryan Decker up there as well. Let the games begin. As you see the damage on the 1 of Jason Papp's Camaro. Not exactly what he was hoping for. As I believe Wing and Adams are the only 2 that actually escaped that unscathed. Field working its way through the 3-4 complex for what we hope will be the final restart. We do have overtime available if needed. Place your bets, folks. Defending series champion Marcus Adams currently leading the championship. First car on the outside lane, as he does have some friendly fire up there with him in the form of James Lowe and Brandon Wilson. Pace car is in. Pace truck is in. Field coming into the Geico restart zone. Green flag. Wing pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Adams and Lowe getting a good shot on the low side. And the 33 gets into another one. Let's back that up. Yellow. So Jimmy Green and Ryan Decker getting shuffled there. Let's take a look at what the Choppa picked up. Eye in the sky, don't fail me now. Decker and Carver just get into each other. Gautier catches a race car to the teeth. So they add insult to injury. Gautier's night just got made a whole lot longer. As we are going to back that up again. Decker on the high side. And Green didn't really give him a ton of room. I'm sorry, that was Carver who didn't give him a ton of room. So Decker around, Gautier around, the 23 of Jimmy Green goes around because of it. And we are going into overtime now. And this time Marcus Adams is going to have the button. Oh, to be a fly on the wall in race control right now. Well, I dare say we know who Jessica Carver is pulling for. Thank you for joining us in the live chat. Rick Caruso pulling for Carver as well. Marcus Adams currently leading the race and leading the championship. Your defending series champion doing exactly what he's got to do right now. As Marchese getting back on the lead lap now. Adams, Wing, Lowe, Wilson, Pap, McKinney, Carver, DeBoer, Chu, and Green rounding out your top 10 as Gautier, Decker, and Worrell all have to go pit side. Michael Anthony has been in pit for the last 6 minutes. Brad Mashburn a handful of laps down, 6 laps down. Tarnowski minus 13. Christian and Posey have both. Posey's put it on the hauler. Christian has almost got that engine swapped back out in the 36, though he is a ton of laps down right now. As it is getting interesting at the front of this piece. Adams with a clean car, Pap with a relatively clean car. There is Josh Carver, who does have some damage on the right rear. And there is Gautier coming out of pits now. As you can see that heavily wounded Monster Energy Chevy Camaro. Thing has been through a war tonight. The good news is all 4 of your championship contenders are on the lead lap as we get ready to go into overtime. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with how overtime works, green flag is going to come out. They're going to race around. The leader has to cross the start-finish line to accept the white flag. If that's the case, we're racing back to checkers. If not, we're going to rack them, stack them, and fire it again until we get it right. I believe we've got 3 overtime chances here tonight available. Let's hope we don't need all 3. And you're saying, but Tony, what if we don't get back to the white flag on any of the attempts? Field throws the race over. So Adams has the button. He's got James Lowe on the low side with him. Wing going to restart in second on the top side. He's got Brandon Wilson with him. Jason Papp sitting second car in line on the low side, or third car in line on the low side. Josh Carver, the fourth car in line on the low side. So we got one slow on the backstretch. I believe that was Brad Mashburn. As the field comes out of turn number 4, pace truck gets ready to drop below the mustard line. There it goes. And here we go into the Geico restart zone. Adams rolls into it. We get a good start. Wing on the top side. Brandon Wilson not getting the start he was hoping for. Gautier got into position right now, trying to figure out where he's got to go to make some headway. Because right now, Marcus Adams winning the battle and the war here tonight. 2 laps to go. They've got to get back to the white flag for us to race back to checkers. Everybody playing nicely so far. As there goes Carver up through the middle. Wing throwing the block. Wilson gets into him. Papp almost gets into Carver. Carver and Papp door to door right now, coming off of 4. Marcus Adams showing the way right now. Gautier gets shuffled down to the apron, 3 wide down the front chute. We are racing back to checkers. Marcus Adams showing the way on the low side. Has James Lowe and Jason Papp with him. Carver now drops to the low side to try to get around wing. They're wrecking behind him. That's DeBoer. Ed DeBoer going for a wild one. We are going to stay with this battle for the lead, though, as that is now Papp leading the top side. Getting pushed by Brian Chu. Nick Wing dropping to the low side. Adams shows the way as they come off of turn number 4. Chu goes around. Worrell pushes him around. Marcus Adams goes back-to-back in the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. 2 seasons, 2 wins. Jason Papp coming home in second. Nick Wing rounding out your podium. Papp coming in second in the championship as well. Carver getting third in the championship. What an absolute banger of a finish. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with Carver. So keep your eye on the 33 here. That ain't it. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with DeBoer. That was after the checkers with Carver. There you see DeBoer in the the 24, the Gooderwrench red and silver car on the top side. Just goes down and gets turned by Brian Tarnowski. Tarnowski into the wall. McKinney into the wall. Oh, we're going to have fun with this one, as we are going to go on board. This is what my normal broadcast partner, Frank Marchese, saw. Here's Marchese. You see it popping off in front of him. There you see it pop off. Watch how close this one was. Oy. It was a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment. As everybody gets through there all right. There he is. As we are going to... We are going to reach out to the driver of the Balls Garana, number 31. Back-to-back shifts. Congratulations, Marcus Adams.
Right now, Jimmy Green is doing an awful job of trying to hit me.
I noticed that too. But Marcus, talk us through how your race went in your opinion. I mean, you stayed kind of quiet throughout the first part of the race. Everybody stayed out of trouble, and then you were able to duck and dodge some of those melees.
The Rev boys think that they handed it to me, which why would Jason Papp hand it to me? I don't know, but I guess whenever they don't win, they have to get upset and turn into little bitches, I guess. But I don't know.
Well, you know what they say.
I mean, I haven't done anything to them, so I don't know what their problem is with me. But unless I've done something that I don't know of. But
well, still, Marcus, back-to-back ships in the 31. The floor is yours, sir. Who do you need to thank for this season?
First of all, I need to thank myself for being the best plate racer on iRacing. I'm just the greatest. That's really all there is to it. I have the greatest team. James, Mike, Chris, Kyle, Keith, everyone. We're just the greatest. I mean, it's really all there is to it. We're just the greatest. Shout out to Jason for putting on the league. iRacing, iFlag, Buttkicker, Midwest Motor Costumes, Rowdy Energy. You guys for broadcasting.
All right, Marcus Adams, go celebrate back-to-back ships. We will see you next season, sir.
Thank you.
So that was our race winner and champion winner. And the man who came home second in both, the chief cook and bottle washer here in the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series, Jason Papp, all things considered, you can't be too disappointed in the turnout tonight.
No, I wish I had a little bit more to give there at the end. The help I had behind me got in a wreck. So, but I'm happy with where I finished. It was a fun race.
I dare say this is the highest you finished in the point series in a couple of seasons, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Well, I mean, there's that. You led a good portion of this race up in front, working with Nick Wing and company up there. But Jason, I mean, there was a lot of controversy tonight as far as guys getting accused of doing things underhandedly. What was your take on tonight's race?
I mean, I know that there's some good rivalries going on. I try not to participate in any of that stuff. I'm just out here to have fun. If people want to, come out and do stupid stuff and, want to ruin the league, then they can go somewhere else.
Fair enough, Jason. But season coming to an end. Second place in the championship. Congratulations on the podium. The floor is yours, sir. Who do you need to thank for this season?
Definitely Greg McConey. He's helped me out quite a bit running the league. I got a lot of stuff going on with work, and also I started racing at a dirt late model in Volusia. So I've been doing that on Saturday nights. But I want to thank my mom she always watches every race, and ROWDY Energy, Circle B Diecast, Midwest Motor Customs, Buttkicker, iRacing, iFlag, and all the guys I run with. It's definitely been a fun season, I guess. I got a couple wins during the season, so that hasn't happened in a while, and I'm happy with the way it ended.
All right. Jason, again, congratulations for another successful season in the books for the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series. Any word yet on when we'll be starting the next season?
Probably. I try to take, 3 or 4 weeks off to try to let things cool down and hit the reset button. But yeah, we'll definitely be back in 3 or 4 weeks, and I'll get with you all on everything, and we'll get everything squared away. And
well, on behalf of those of us here at the Esports Broadcasting Network and Sim Racing Media, it has been our honor to broadcast your league over the last handful of seasons, and we're looking forward to continuing that relationship in the future, sir.
Absolutely. You all do a great job, and we'll look forward to working with you again. And if anybody's out there still watching, you can follow my real life racing. If you follow, if you're on Facebook, follow Jason Papp Racing, and I post all my updates on there, and it's just something cool to do.
And there you see the proper spelling of Jason's name on the bottom of your screen. But Jason, I have been following that, and you've been not too shabby in your rookie season, my friend.
Man, I'm just learning it. It's so hard getting the nerves up to hit a dirt turn going 90 miles an hour and staying in the throttle. It's weird turning right to go left.
Well,
but,
trail braking
man,
is your
blast.
friend. Trail
Yes.
braking is your friend in that car. So best of luck to you, Jason, and we will see you next season.
All right, absolutely.
So that was our third place finisher in the race, and our second place finisher in the race and second place finisher in points. Joining us now, the man that came home rounding out the podium tonight as far as the race goes. That, of course, is the 90 of Nick Wing. And Nick, I dare say tumultuous is an understatement for what happened tonight.
Well, they had to go to the front and stay there, help Marcus win, and throw a couple blocks.
Well, you guys were definitely working well together all night long. I know that a lot of the Rev eMotorsport fans are up in arms right now, thinking that there was some underhanded tactics going on. What's your reply to that?
Prove it.
Fair enough. But Nick, all in all, decent season. You know, you made the you made the playoffs this season. You got the monkey off your back. First win in a couple of seasons here in the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. What are your thoughts going into the upcoming season here in a couple weeks?
Try to get more wins and work with everybody, and try not to make any enemies. That's the key word, enemies.
Fair enough. Nick Wing, who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
I'd like to thank Jason, Greg, Circle B Diecast, ROWDY Energy, iRacing, iFlags, Buttkicker, and Midwest Motors Customs, and Decker. Fuck off. Oh, I'm on. Sorry about that word.
Anyways, yeah. So, Nick Wing, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next season.
Yep.
Do apologize for that little slip of the tongue there, but that is going to do it for the interview portion of tonight. Let's take a look at our finishing order. Come on, work with me. There it goes. Coming home on the top step of the podium. And the top step of the podium in the championship. That is Marcus Adams going back-to-back for Balls Out Racing. Jason Papp coming home in second place. Nick Wing coming home third in the race. Josh Carver gets third in the championship, coming home fourth in the race. Brandon Wilson rounding out your top five tonight. Chris Worrell, Jimmy Green, Frank Marchese, James Lowe, Ryan Decker rounding out your top 10. Ed DeBoer, Brian Chu, Joe Gautier, unfortunately getting relegated back to fourth in the championship, being scored as one of the two last cars on the lead lap. McKinney getting that honor. Brad Mashburn rounding out your top 15. First car 7 laps down. Michael Anthony 8 laps down. Brian Tarnowski and Jonathan Christian rounding out your top 18. Shane Posey coming home in 19th tonight. So that is going to do it for us in another season for the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series. Thank you both all so much for making us a part of your Friday evenings. We're looking forward to joining the league back up in a couple of weeks after they take a little bit of a hiatus for some summer shenaniganry. Best of luck to Jason Papp in his real-world late model racing coming up. Be sure to join us on Saturday this week as we have the premiere of Round 7 of the Sim Racing Media Super Late Model AI Series as they go to round number 7 at Langley. And I'm not going to give away what happened. Just know that something very special happened at Langley. And Frank and I were both so happy to be a witness to what did happen. I dare say we were both giddy when it did take place. But in the meantime, until we meet again, my friends, this is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you go through life this summer and you walk down the road of life, don't play in traffic. Have a safe holiday, everybody, and we'll see you next year.